cannon. Mid-flight, here to recite, I ain't landing. Handles like a vandal at night, you can't grab it. Fire underneath my hood is outstanding. Blast through a wall of bricks like Superman did. Ain't nothing holding me back but me standing. So I'ma take off right now from this planet. The new sound has been found in yo. I don't know what you've been told, but I ain't gonna stop till I break the mold. You see, I'm born in the music. I wanna rise in the ceiling, yes I do. I think it's time to see a brand new menu. I said I'm born in the music. I'm born in the music.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Great, set. No touch.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That good for 22 and a first down. Bit of a haymaker right after the starting bell, Charles. One play on the ground, and you're already on the other side of the 50.
I like how you went boxing there. Essentially went from the weigh-in to walking into the ring, being introduced, and firing away. Big shot early.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Eagles at 6-3 on the year, and they come in playing pretty well, 6-3 in their last 9.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm, incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. You talk about this Chiefs defense. Into this game, they're ranked number 22 in the NFL against the pass, Charles.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
73. Hey, 73.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. The Eagles send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
And we're going to see the ball in the air quite a bit here. This is a top 5 passing offense in the NFL. And they certainly like to get everybody involved. So this defense, they're going to have to be able to counterpunch somehow. They couldn't there. And
a big loss here as he's taken down. Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Mahomes. Finding room at midfield. Room to maneuver at the 35. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. A big play there for KC. And even 50 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field-flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver, that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. That'll be caught by Rice. And they're going to get him down shy of the 1st at about the 13-yard line. Mahomes going to go on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. This defense for the Chiefs, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
No touch that. Go Silver, ready?
Here's Hurts to throw. And this incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
$63.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Good, set. Call up Yeti.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. And certainly not the greatest of punts there. This will get out of bounds right at their own 40-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 41. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start things off with a give to Gibbs. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Out.
Hurts. Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Throwing is Hurts. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Great. Set.
They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Finds Gibbs on a check down. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he gets it down to the 32. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Beating him there with his legs, 21 yards, 1st down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. The ball on the 8. Still could get a 1st down technically. 2nd and 7. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Flushed out right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the Eagles post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
King, Phil King.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
No
They'll set up to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. They'll set up a throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It'll be a 51-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they wanted to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And caught. This is Bennett, the tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get the football back as we have reached the 2-minute warning. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 61 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Hey, easy, 63, 60. Crowd, let's get him. No touch.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He's got it complete to Gibbs. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On third down, here's Gibbs. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it. From the gun, it's Hurts. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Back to throw now on first down. Steps away to his left. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball. And complete on the right side to Bennett. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback, and the third quarter will start from the 30. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
He'll get this complete to Worthy. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And some room to work. He's to the 15. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs have got it back to within a score.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now 13-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
From the 34-yard line, here's a second down and 6. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Rolling to his right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Give him 18 on the play. Read option, this is Gibbs. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. On 2nd and 9, Hurts. He finds his man, complete. That's Gibbs. Down the sideline he goes. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 42 yards.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now's where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
2nd and goal from the 1. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They were stopped last time from the 1. Now here's another try on 3rd and goal. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it. keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Hey, 73, 73. No touch.
Hurts will throw. And unable to connect. They don't get the two-point conversion here. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a two-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense. Right?
That's true. You've said that before. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action from Philadelphia, PA.
15.
Now here's Mahomes. That one caught by Rice. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. Throwing now is Mahomes. It's complete to the tight end, Bennett. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Slot man moves right. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Mahomes to throw once more. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Isaiah Pacheco with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Chiefs have cut it back within a score. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. Mahomes will throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but Let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. 3rd down and 1. Back to throw here. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have an Eagles first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. The offense on 3rd down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now a handoff up the middle. Pull, and he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. 87 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. Up the middle they go. Pull, and he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
Great, set.
Now a give to Gibbs, running left. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Buying time to his left. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
It's getting cold in here, partner, because it looks like he's trying to ice this one away. Yeah, I know, bad dad joke, but what the heck, right? Scrambling for that first after the D blanketed his receivers. That's a backbreaker for the defense. They finished this drive off with 6, and this one could be over.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts doing it himself from 9 yards out. And the Eagles are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team is playing, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Now Mahomes. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Room to maneuver at the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That one good for 24 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31. And again, it's Mahomes. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Bennett. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 21. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Caught, left side, Bennett. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. It's another 1st down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. Here's Mahomes to throw. Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a pretty poor kick here. It doesn't make it to the landing zone. And that means they'll move the ball out to the 40-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. Hurts sets up to throw it. Forced out to his left. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Great, set. Silver, set. No touch.
Gibbs straight ahead. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. 2nd and 9 from the 44.
73. No touch.
Throwing is Hurts. Dancing to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now, because he's been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Great. Set.
A give right side for Gibbs. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And that should do it. He's got a first down. And the Eagles, they can run it out from here.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach.
And he'll score! Touchdown, Eagles! A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this fourth quarter. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is up to 15 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Mahomes. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
Mahomes to throw it.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Mahomes. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations, and you've often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
Mahomes. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Keely Ringo picks it off, and the Eagles are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Well, we knew this was going to be a tall order anyway, down 2 scores with this little time remaining, but that interception puts an end to any hopes that they have.
All right, partner, work with me here because obviously scoring a touchdown, getting the onside kick, then going down, scoring again, well, that's asking a lot, isn't it? And that's really not a great expectation to begin with. I think they'll look back on this game and see what got them in this spot in the first place and say to themselves, we really gave this game away.
So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a